Welcome to our final class of this series, which is Spruce Up Your Self-Care. And so just to revise quickly, we spoke the last two classes. The one on November 18th was cooking with essential oils. And then we did one on December 2nd, which was holiday gifts and DIYs. It's always such a great idea to gift end of year gifts. I'm actually just doing mine right now, which I'll show you. These are going to go to teachers for the end of the year. So it's really nice to give a gift of health and wellness. So we did a whole class on that and some fun ideas. And then tonight we're focusing on spruce up your self-care, which in another nutshell is kind of like a day in the life of an oiler, if you will. So this holiday and beyond, spruce up your self-care. So tonight, a quick overview. Lorianne, was this me or you?
Either.
Okay.
We're basically, like Jade already covered, though, we're going to go through a day in the life of, and all throughout this, we're sharing things that we have tried, that we have used, that we love. And so you can take from it what you might also love.
Awesome. Okay, so first thing in the morning, a lot of us are still kind of waking up, and this is what we love to call the wake up blend or the rise and shine. And so it's a duo, it's lemon and peppermint. And it's 3 drops of each of them in your diffuser. And this is such a great way to start the day. So this is definitely a top choice in my diffuser first thing in the day, and oftentimes at about 2 p.m. And a quick note is if you're very new to essential oils, you can just do 1 drop of each or even 2 drops of each. But otherwise, 3 drops of each is pretty good.
So next, we wash our face. If we're feeling like it, we wash our face. Two of the things that we love to use is orange blossom, and then that one can be used daily in the morning and at night. The mint scrub, usually I just do it on the weekend because during the week I kind of don't have the patience, but I should. This whole class is about finding the patience to take care of ourselves. So I'll be the lesson there.
The one thing I wanted to mention about the orange blossom face wash real quick is it's fantastic if there is any sort of combination skin. So this is really good for any acne prone skin. It's very good for pH balancing, and it's also wonderful to get rid of makeup. So I love to use this. Tonight, I actually had makeup on and I ended up doing a shower for me and my girls, and I used this zero makeup remover. So, it comes right off, which is really nice.
I know. I love how it leaves it feeling so clean, but not too dry, because my face often feel like just like it was stripped of all of its oils, and the good oils too, and it doesn't do that, which I love.
Agreed. And so this is our other line called the Art Skincare line. I find that this is really nice for older skin or more mature skin. That's a nicer way to put it. So it comes in a 3-step process, and you can get the set where it's all 3, or you can just buy them individually. I've used all of these. I really love them too. I just have a personal preference with that orange blossom one, just for me. But I actually use personally the orange blossom face wash, the toner, the Art toner, and every now and again I will switch between the sandalwood moisturizer and this light moisturizer. So it just depends, because there is also a really nice big tub of the sandalwood. But this is my mom's favorite stuff. So she uses this 3-step one, and it's really light and it really lasts a nice long time. And by the way, it is a foaming cleanser, just to note.
So we did 2 versions of makeup. The mornings, most of the days, which Jade and I are, usually this is upside down, but the Abundant Lip Gloss is our favorite. Jade gave this to me as a gift one year, and I've never gone without it since. It's the best. It has peppermint in it. So it's also just kind of uplifting because you're smelling it as well. And peppermint has a very uplifting and awakening, like you saw in the diffuser blend effect.
As well as it's a hot oil, right? Peppermint. Yeah. So it's a plumper. Yeah. So that's why it's in our lip gloss, because it actually plumps your lips. Yeah. Sorry, Lorianne, carry on.
Very kissable. And it's not super sticky. I know, like back in high school or like school dances, I would go to the MAC makeup, and you could literally put paper to your lips and it would stay there all day. It's not like that. And then the mascara, they have just released new mascaras this summer as well. So there's like a lengthening one and a thickening
volumizing
one. Yeah, volumizing one. So super high quality and no yucky stuff or animal parts or things in it. Then there's the full line for those heavy, you know, the days where you really feel like glamming up. You can get everything covered. We have foundations, primers, powders, blush, all the things. It's even cleaner. I used to love Bare Minerals once I got more educated, but I realized and learned that even they aren't perfect and completely pure as best as they try, but Young Living is. Plus, it has the added benefits of having essential oils infused in the products, and so you're getting that added value and benefit from those as well.
And another thing on the makeup that I love about it is it's quite breathable. And so again, acne prone skin. So a lot of older teenagers who are wearing makeup, or, you know, younger people who are still dealing with some acne, you'll find that most makeup clogs pores and actually can perpetuate acne. So what's so great about ours is it actually prevents it. And it's extremely light and breathable, but you still get coverage, which is really, really a nice little thing to know and to use.
Since I love that, and since this is all about self-care, my last birthday I got myself a present after seeing Jade's for a really long time and being totally envious, not jealous, envious. But there is this little like brush kit. It's totally been utilized, so it's like it has makeup all over it. But it's such a self-care, nice present to myself. I can tell you it was completely worth the investment. I use it all the time. Anyhow, so yeah, I was proud of myself.
And that's awesome. I love that too. I have it, as you know. It's $85. And the best part about it is with all the makeup, for those of us who are on Essential Rewards and understand PV being product value, it's equal PV to the dollar amount, which is really cool. So you can actually maximize like your Essential Rewards if you're choosing that.
Awesome.
Okay, so perfume with a purpose. This is another way that we look after ourselves. Is sadly, perfumes are full of toxins. So it's really nice to start playing around with and finding essential oils that you like the smells of. This is actually me preparing a perfume bottle in this picture. And so you would take a 10 ml roller, and this is just an example of one that I did. This was 8 drops of cedarwood, which is grounding, earthy notes, 8 drops of geranium and lang lang. And then V6 is Young Living's carrier oil, but you could actually use a fractionated coconut oil because there isn't a scent to it. So you wouldn't put like olive oil in this or anything. It's totally going to change the smell. So you need to use either Young Living's V6, which I just love the texture of it. It's a vegetable oil complex, or you can get a fractionated coconut oil. And then anytime we have a perfume that we make with essential oils, we're putting it on our pulse points. So you're going to roll it on your wrists and then behind your ears. And another option is just using Valor essential oil, and you apply that neat, meaning you don't dilute it. So Valor is also very, you know, comforting, calm, and good for confidence.
I love that. One of the things that as I've gotten to know the oils better and really explored the emotional support oils and kind of the spiritual support oils, it's kind of neat the way, no pun intended, but to apply them neat, because, you know, during a day, you know, if I want something, maybe I need a forgiveness oil or whatnot, or a motivation or an envision or whatnot, I can put that on for that day, whatever I'm feeling in that moment. So it's kind of fun, and it lasts a very, very, very long time because you only need a drop or 2 total.
Yeah, that's great.
So this way, now Jade and I will both talk about, but cortisol is something I discovered, my mom and my aunt actually, in the last like 4 months. I started using it just because I have a very high stress day job, which often runs into my night job. And I take 2 of them in the morning and then 2 of them at night. But I've noticed that my body's responses to stress have just like simmered down. A really noticeable example on my aunt, who has also a very high stress job. Her hair had been falling out just in the last few months, like chunks, and she's experienced that in her career over the last 30 years, and nothing had really like helped it. It would just eventually, maybe like 9 months later, she stopped with the stress or moved on. And after about a month and a half of taking this, her hair stopped falling out completely. It hasn't been falling out at all. And her work has gotten higher. She's in healthcare. And so that's the crazy part right now, deploying nurses through hospitals for COVID. So anyhow, so that is probably truly my favorite product right now for as far as stress management goes. It's impacted me a lot.
So cortisol, the reason it's called that is because of cortisol, right? So that is the hormone that's released and produced. It's a stress hormone, and it's something that we definitely need to control and keep it at bay as much as we can. So anytime we are feeling stressed or anxious, cortisol is just being released into our body. So this is a supplement that helps to regulate that and kind of control it. The other ones that Lorianne here, were you going to mention inner defense and life 9? Can I talk about those?
Inner defense is my next one we probably use the most in our house. My husband takes it more consistently than me. He's very regimented and good at like that. But it's a wonderful one. Just literally, it's very self-explanatory, and it's inner defense and helping the immunity. I think that cortisol also helps lower inflammation and so forth. So it's a good combination for holistically for your body. Multigrains is great for nutrients. I know in high school, I struggled with like Epstein-Barr. I wish that would have been around instead of having to take wheatgrass shots every day. And to get over through that, this would have been a lot less horribly tasty. And then Life 9 is like well, I'll let Jade, you talk about it because you've been using it far longer than me.
Okay, so Life 9 is our probiotic, and Inner Defense, by the way, is really good at preventing like anyone who suffers from fungal stuff, or if it is like UTIs that you might find that you get frequently, you would take Inner Defense. It's got oregano, and it's a great one. But anytime we take oregano, it's going to wipe out good and bad bacteria, and we actually need to replace the good bacteria. So that's where Life 9 comes into play as the probiotic. So you never take them in conjunction. You want to take one inner defense, and then you want to wait like half an hour to an hour, probably an hour, and then you take the probiotic so that your body actually does absorb it and it's not just wiped out with the inner defense at the same time.
Awesome. And the Life 9, is it pre and probiotic? I think you said, right? Like that's really important in the world of probiotics.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, this is a fun one to make. It's a mango berry smoothie bowl, and this is a real nice way to fuel your self-care. So it's a scoop of vanilla spice pure protein complete. So yes, Young Living makes food as well, like super clean, awesome, fun stuff. And yes, for those of you like that are on Essential Rewards, you can actually add this as well and, you know, use up your ER points this way. So there's really like fun things that you can choose. So this picture, you can see that they have those are actually
the wolfberries.
Thank you, wolfberries. Yes, thank you. I was like struggling to read. Thank you.
Don't worry. I got the vibe. I got the wave.
Thank you. You did. I was struggling to see the word Ningxia in this picture. It's driving me nuts. But yes, essentially Ningxia Red, which is our superfood, and the packet that comes in the premium starter bundle now. So that little packet comes from these wolfberries. These are dried wolfberries. And then what you would do is you'd add a scoop of the vanilla spice pure protein complete. It tastes delicious. A half a cup of almond milk or any other, you know, preferably non-dairy milk of your choice. A cup of frozen mango chunks, half a cup of frozen strawberries, and a half a cup of frozen raspberries. And then you can, of course, sprinkle those dried wolfberries, some fresh strawberries, chia seeds, banana. So you're essentially making your own like acai bowl, if you will. And then that Sleek, they're showing you that's another like entire range called Sleek for people who are trying to lose weight or manage their weight. So it really just helps to kind of keep cravings and you know, just keeps all of your blood sugar levels stable as well. So yeah, just a nice thing to just make for yourself too.
Nourishing your body temple.
Exactly. Thank you.
Spruce up your space. So one of the first products that I used was the Thieves cleaner, and I loved it. Jade gave me this little teeny spray bottle, and it smells delightful. One of the things I love, actually, I was talking to a friend in South Africa that I know through Jade, and she said that for people who are just feeling lower down, she actually recommends either spraying and cleaning with Thieves to uplift them, or diffusing Thieves, because it actually has properties to uplift your mood, as well as kill bacteria and germs. And I think there's a really neat story about how it became named, and Jade tells that story really well. Do you want to tell the story real quick about Thieves?
Thieves, sure. So the reason Thieves is called Thieves essential oil is because it was during the time of the Black Plague or the bubonic era, and there was a group of thieves that were stealing clothing and jewelry from dead or dying bodies, but they weren't contracting the disease. So it was during, like, there was a feudal system. So there's a king and, all these royalty, the royal family. And the king heard about them and ordered for their capture. And in those times, if you were caught doing any of these crimes, it was absolutely punishment by death. I mean, it was the death sentence. There was no, okay, you can do, there wasn't anything lighter than that. So the king said, you know what, I won't give you the death sentence if you can tell me what you've been doing to not only stay alive, but to actually not contract this disease. So they said, oh, well, we come from a long line of apothecaries or spice merchants. And so we know that when we blend rosemary, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and lemon, and in those times, crushing it up, pestle and mortar, and rubbing it on their bodies, putting on a balaclava, we don't contract this disease. So the king said, okay, amusing, show me. They did, and they all survived. So it is like the only surviving town during this time when people were absolutely dropping dead. So it sounds like a cutesy fairy tale. It's not, it's a true story. And so Gary Young learned about these 5 plants that are so helpful. And when they work together, and of course he created this proprietary blend. So sometimes people try and get clever and they're like, oh, well, I'll just go and buy rosemary, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, and then like, I'll do it myself. But he has got it down to a science, and it's actually a trademarked, it's patented. I mean, yeah, I think that's right. So Thieves belongs to Young Living, just that term, and how that blend actually works and which ratios are of each thing. So it's very powerful and it absolutely works. This is what we use to prevent sickness. And that's why it's such a great antibacterial, antiviral product that we have it in all of our cleaning products and in our laundry detergent and in all of these things. And it smells wonderful because of the cinnamon and the clove. So it's got a really nice smell. I have a friend who said that she seriously needs to clean as a means of therapy when she gets very stressed out, and that this has been such a game changer for her because she had major issues when she was using cleaning products, because she would have like allergies to them. So she's gone through so many, and this has been like, she said, I cannot tell you that this is literally, it's really changed her life. She's like, now when I feel stressed, I go in, I clean, and I'm getting the properties and benefits of Thieves, and I just absolutely love it. So yeah, it's a great product.
Cool. You also can spray this on your mask. I love to spray it on my mask, so like I'm not just smelling the scent of my mask and my own whatever. I have this on my mask, and then also I use it like on the shopping cart or whatever, and that I may be touching outside of my home right now. Dryer balls.
Okay, so sprucing up your laundry, we know that the 3 most toxic things you can find in a house are going to be dryer sheets, it's going to be makeup, and it's going to be your deodorant. So those are the 3 most toxic things. There is a statistic that most homes are far more toxic inside a house than it is outside, and that is because of cleaning products. So we're exposed to so many toxins when we are within 4 walls, actually. So it's super important to just become aware of what you're using and why. And this is a really good ditch and switch, ditching the chemicals and switching to healthy and non-toxic stuff, which is our Thieves laundry detergent. It's really nice. It's got a very gentle, fresh smell. And we use wool dryer balls instead of using dryer sheets. So this is like a great alternative. And then you put like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 total drops of essential oils, throw that in the dryer, and that is what's going to add some scent to your clothing, but at least it's not adding all the toxins that you don't want.
And the dryer balls are great for like a static and lint and all the things. My aunt was explaining to me. So why these dryer balls? This is one of the things I absolutely love about Young Living, and it's the heart of it. There are all kinds of different organizations and partnerships and foundations that the company and really its members and customers support. And one of them is this group here, it's really neat. A lot of the products have the maker story behind it. This is at a Nepal though, and this foundation actually was, these were made through a program that rescued and rehabilitated 790 children and provided them training where they had previously been exploited at a very young age. And, you know, just that process alone, and given them now a purpose and something to do productively and come together. And the proceeds to this supports that foundation, which is helping recover and rescue these children from brothels.
Okay, so here is a Ningxia Red Pick Me Up. I love this one. And this is what I love to have instead of, say, a second coffee in the day or a caffeinated beverage. So this is a brilliant way to anyone who's trying to actually not drink as much coffee or to just lessen the caffeine. This is a perfect alternative. It's so good for you. So what you would do is just take some bubbly water, whichever like brand you like, and then you would put in 2 ounces of Ningxia Red. You can start adding some essential oils, so you can have fun with that. People do different things. And for those of us who've been to one of like Young Living's conventions where we all get together and learn so much about the products and all the things, they actually have a Ningxia bar. It's so much fun. And they just do like Ningxia shots, and they change up which oils, essential oils they add to it. And they all have different names, like the Dragon Balm and all these different fun things. So they just add different essential oils depending on what it's for. And yeah, it's really fun. But anyway, this afternoon one with the lime is a really nice pick-me-up.
So this is a favorite, rest and restore. So just kind of after a long day and wanting to be able to unwind maybe, and you know, maybe don't have a lot of time. A beautiful thing about diffusing essential oil is it like gets into your limbic system and works like within seconds, like 20 seconds, and you're going to start to feel an impact. Quite honestly, I was in a somatic therapy session once, and normally it would take about 15 minutes of grounding meditation or like grounding practices. And we started to transition into like cedar wood, an oil that is really grounding, and it literally cut off like in literally 2 minutes of our grounding exercise with the oil combination versus 15 minutes of my 1 hour session. So you can imagine like just how quick this is working. But the diffuser blend here is 2 drops lime essential oil, which is very uplifting. All the citrus oils are kind of the happy oils in my book. 2 drops of frankincense essential oil, which is really comforting and grounding, and also, you can use it. It's interesting. I feel like it's the full body oil because it can be both enlightening and spiritual, but it also can be very grounding into your roots. So it kind of covers all the chakras. And then vetiver, which I feel like vetiver is like lavender's best friend, but it's a very relaxing, very thick, sappy oil. And yeah, just you can diffuse. As Jade said before, if you're just getting started, you could do 1 drop of each or play with it. This is just a combination that we love. Do you want to add anything to that, Jade?
No, not really. Did you talk about frankincense drop on the head?
Yeah, you can put the
Thanks, yeah.
right here, like in your crown. Your hair is a natural diffuser, and it won't make your hair look greasy or anything. But yeah, you can literally use your hair as its own diffuser.
I often do that. Okay, so this one is perfect because I'm literally having it right now. So this is the Thieves Tea, which I love. We have this like every night. It's calming and relaxing and really helps to prevent sickness. But yeah, I've literally got it in here. So all you need to do, super simple, just grab your favorite mug. It's about a tablespoon of your favorite honey. Depending on where you are, it's always good to get local honey, by the way. And you would add actually 1 drop of Thieves essential oil and 2 drops of lemon. I think that there's a small
error. That's my fault. My husband changed the recipe for him, and now I'm programmed wrong.
This is more correct if you're making 2 cups of Thieves tea. But anyway, it's actually 1 drop of Thieves and 2 drops of lemon. And then you would fill with warm water, not boiling, and write down your gratitudes from the day, reflect on the blessings and love in your life. So it's just a really nice unwind. And if you do wake up not feeling great, you definitely want to actually start your day with this just to help. You can have up to 3 mugs a day. It doesn't matter. And it is safe for children as well. You just need to dilute. So you pour half out and then add. water, so that it's 1 part thieves tea, 1 part water.
And if you're a coffee lover, and you still want the thieves, I actually found a coffee shop locally in San Diego where I live, and the owners, husband and wife, love Young Living. And so they created a thieves blend with honey, and they put it in lattes, and it is like phenomenal. So macadamia nut milk and a tablespoon of honey with 1 drop of thieves in a latte is delicious if you like coffee too.
Yep, it is. It's true.
Not at night before bed, I don't recommend, but in the morning. Okay, bath time. This is seriously probably my favorite self-care practice is the Epsom salt bath with essential oils. I've done everything from thieves. If I feel like I just really need a detox and like release stress, I've actually done an oil called Release. Pan Away if I'm feeling achy and just sore. Lavender if I just really want to get a better night's sleep and just unwind and kind of de-stress. And then lemon is also a detox. Lemon is also in thieves, by the way. So yeah, and you would just do 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salts. Definitely put the oil on the Epsom salts first and let it absorb in, and then put that into the water. Otherwise, oil and water don't mix the best. You probably know. Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah, I actually wanted to show them kind of an idea of how you make the Epsom salts. I wish I had my jar to show you, but essentially here, let's just say that this is my jar that I'm going to put it in. You always want to sandwich the essential oils in there. So you put the Epsom salts halfway, then you put the essential oils, and then you continue with the other half of the Epsom salts. And then usually we're doing it in a mason jar. Put the lid on and give it a shake, 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 and give it about 10 minutes, and then it's totally ready to use. It will get fully absorbed. It's also a fun little tip at the very end of your essential oils, like when you're done using that one, you can actually pop off that dropper fitment and turn it upside down over Epsom salts. It will absolutely attract and pull all the last drops of that essential oil into the Epsom salt. So it smells really nice. And then you add that to your bath.
So fun. Kids and I, every few months we'll make a few of these Epsom jars. There's like spaghetti sauces. We are all about recycling and upcycling and whatever else. But we'll label maker them and we'll make exactly those sandwiches and keep them by the baths in the on each of our girls' little counters. And they'll do Joy. Usually is the ones my daughters like is our Joy oil. But yeah, so fun. And then if you don't want to get so DIY, although it's not that complicated, you can also buy these little bath bombs. They're actually quite big. I know Jade's clever and she like shaves it off and makes it last really long for her girls. My kids like to experience the fizzing of it in the bathtub, so they'll hold it and take turns. Yes, she has one there. The Stress Away Lavender. I really like the lavender the best personally. I think it's really conditioning. I know that Jade said it's also very moisturizing and it helps with like dry, cracked skin. And then this is the new one. It's called Dreamcatcher, which is a great one before bed for good sleep, peaceful sleep. And that's it. Almost.
Awesome. So for anyone who didn't have their starter kit yet, this is the best way to get started, because for all of these oils, there's 12 of them in there. You get 2 Ningxia Red packets, you get a whole bunch of hand sanitizer. We're hoping to bring back the mini little sanitizer again. It's just been nuts because of COVID, everyone wanted and kind of wiped out the alloy and just showed what it should look like. But they've given you equal amounts with these little mini ones. And it just comes with all the things that you're going to use all the time. It's such good value that honestly, I bought this twice. So if you had to price out each one of these things and the diffuser, it ends up being close to $500. So this is really well worth it, given that you're getting a diffuser with it, as well as all of the most versatile essential oils. And it isn't like, oh, it's the starter set, so therefore it's just the, basic oils or the beginner oils. Not at all. On the contrary, a lot of these are also more like advanced and amazing oils that a lot of us oilers keep wanting and needing and going back to. So this is just always in our set. I just did a class on, staying healthy and winter. And then I even did one on traveling and leaving, like in South Africa, because they're all in summertime. No joke, all these oils come up as the ones that are the most commonly used in terms of, lavender, peppermint, lemon. All of those you need all the time. Frankincense is so incredible. It's about $70 for just that bottle. So you can already see the value of that 165. Thieves, every house needs thieves. Raven is good for congestion and such. Daja is for all things digestion. Pan away for aches and pains, hence the term pan away. Stress away. Valor and peace and calming for like calming, confidence, and yeah, so it's really, really a good value for what you're getting.
This is one of our favorite books, and I just like to edify it because, and as a resource, because I utilize it for a lot of our recipes. So it's just in here for reference. You can get it on Amazon, but it's actually created by a mama oiler and some of her favorite recipes and education that she's acquired over the years.
And then Young Living has resources for you too. There's a Facebook group called, Young Living Essential Oils, and you can follow for inspiration, announcements, and tips. They have that, by the way, they have Facebook groups all over the world. So someone can just search Young Living France and, Young Living, whatever the country is, and they usually will have a Facebook group with information. You just want to make sure it is actually Young Living's page. And it's pretty obvious to tell that it's run by Young Living. And then there is also the Lavender Life blog, which is Young Living's blog. So there's so many ideas, recipes, and things there. It's super fun to watch, which is youngliving.com/blog. They have their own Instagram, which is @youngliving. And then we have more resources. These are just kind of our team resources, if you will. So there's a Facebook group, which is brilliant. It's called Hello Essentials. And there are over 35,000 active members in that group. So if there was something that you got, maybe a fever blister, you wanted to know how to treat it, there are files, like tons of recipe ideas. You could just type it in the search bar. And then there's also files where you can go in and open that and see and look up some things. So whenever you're in that group, and it's a secret or private group, so you need to actually ask to be invited. But whenever you're in there, you can also, if you don't find what you're looking for, you could just type it as a question and you'll get active other oilers that are going to respond to you. And sorry, I was saying that it is private and you need to ask to join, for the reason that it's all suggestive remedies. No one is in there as a doctor diagnosing or, telling anyone this cures that for this thing. We also have our WhatsApp group. It's called Essentially Speaking YL. So that is one that I run and I admin. And so you can always ask questions in there. So it will be a good one to be added to as well. And then Instagram, we also have @essentially.speaking. I also have a South Africa one, which is @hello.essentials.south.africa. So that's also a fun one to follow just to get some tips and ideas.